Hi friends, welcome to another episode of Liz Jayoba TV. Guys, the family is getting bigger and I just would like to say a huge appreciation to all the new subscribers. If you have not subscribed as of this time, I know you're watching and you don't want to be a ghost follower, right? Like, I want you to click on that red link below, and that just ensures that you get to see some of my videos, or all of my videos actually, before anybody else. The topic for today is how do we make our decisions and just stick with those decisions that we make. As you probably know at this time, that success is just simply the act of making the right decision. Just making the right decisions, and series of right decisions over time just leads to exponential success. And the reverse is the case for failure. So how do we just make our decisions? Let me just establish one thing that you should know, that the root cause of indecision is fear. So you can have fear of what people might think, you can have fear of failure, you can have fear of embarrassing yourself, you can have fear of not living up to expectation, you name it. But the root cause, the underlying factor there is fear. So how do we overcome this fear to make sure that we are making decisions that propel our lives to the direction that we want it? So I'm just going to start by saying, biblically, in James chapter 1 verse 8, the Bible says that a double-minded man is unstable in all his ways. And what happens when people are unstable? They wobble and eventually they fall. So pretty much the Bible is just telling us indirectly that if you continue to just be indecisive, it's only a matter of time for you to fall. I'm really passionate about this because I feel like people are just held back. Some people are even scared of success. Have you ever heard people that know that they're supposed to do certain things, but they feel like, oh, when they do it, they cannot really handle the success that will come in? So decisions can range from figuring out what you would have for lunch this afternoon or whenever time you're watching this, or something as huge as figuring out who to marry, or even bigger, figuring out where your eternity will be spent. So really, like we've established, that fear is the root cause of indecision. So how do you overcome fear? So you think to yourself, it's okay, I have all these things going on in my mind. How do I really figure out what decisions to make? And how do I not regret it later? So I'm just going to start from something as little as figuring out the kind of clothes to wear or what to buy at the store. I've actually been with someone before back in college, and this girl wanted to buy a pair of shoes. Guys, you would not believe she did not buy those shoes before asking a couple of strangers, people she has never met before. She asked me, I told her what I felt about the shoe. She asked a couple of strangers that were just sitting down shopping before she could buy the pair of shoes. And don't even judge that, because some of you are like that. You don't do things that just genuinely you feel like you're doing, because you look at your life from the outside looking in. You don't do what genuinely makes you happy from the inside. You really, when you want to make a decision, you first think about the first 200 people, what they think about the decision you make, and that slows down the process of your decision making, and eventually you just don't make any decisions at all, or you end up making decisions that is not really true to your own. What do I really want? And that's going to take you stopping, reflecting, and just doing. So the second, I guess, level of indecisiveness is, okay, something as big as, who do I want to marry, right? You know, and I'm not even going to sugarcoat anything to you guys. I'm just going to tell you point blank how to overcome fear in that area. It's as simple as Proverbs 3:5. The Bible says there, it says, trust in the Lord, lean not in your own understanding. It says, in all your ways acknowledge him and he will make your path straight. He will direct your path. People, you guys even trust your GPS more than you trust God's leading. You know that no matter what, if you just put in the address, your GPS will eventually take you where you need to be. So why don't you trust God? Why don't you just put your affairs into God's hands and watch him do the unimaginable in your life? He loves me too much. He loves me too much. And the Bible says perfect love casts out fear. God is love, and the love of God is you will cast out the fear that holds you from making decisions that will propel your life forward. So guys, I really hope you hear this, take notes, and really start to make decisions that will set you apart in your word. Decisions that will distinguish you, decisions that will make you the head and not the tail. So I hope you enjoy, friends. Have a wonderful rest of the time, and please remember to subscribe. Click on that red button below. It really does mean much, because it really helps to interact and know that I'm actually speaking to real life people, which I know I am. So until next time, guys, have a wonderful rest of the week. And sorry guys, it's pretty cold out here. First of all, let me just say.
No. First of all, where is your jacket? Here. Wait.